Welcome to At the Half, the game you're watching at Bream Gymnasium in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Gettysburg with a 1-point lead over Franklin and Marshall. The Bullets 19, the Diplomats 18. Welcome back to Centennial At the Half. My name is Steve Ulrich. Let's catch you up on the action going around the conference today. Let's start on the women's side. The big shocker today came in Westminster. McDaniel knocks off Johns Hopkins by a score of 70-41. Steph Perez, 6 3-pointers on her way to a game-high 24 points. The Green Terror, 13-4 overall, 8-3 in the conference. Batu Kante leads the Blue Jays with 19. Hopkins shooting just 34.7% from the field on their way to their second straight defeat. Hopkins now 12-5 overall, 10-2 in the conference. McDaniel 70, Johns Hopkins 41. In Collegeville, Haverford improved to 15-1 overall and 9-1 in the conference with a 70-50 victory over Ursinus. Jackie Pizzuto led the Fords with 16 points, while Nina Voigt added 15. Ursinus got a double-double from Jessica Parada, 14 points and 16 rebounds. Alyssa Palomeni added 11 points. Haverford defeats Ursinus by a score of 70-50. In the opener at Bream Gym, it was Gettysburg knocking off Franklin and Marshall by a score of 58-41. Caroline Murphy, 21 points to lead the way for the defending champion Bullets. Alyssa Isler, 12 points. Gettysburg now 11-6 overall, 7-5 in the conference. Franklin Marshall shot just 28% from the floor under a stifling orange and blue defense. Christina McCarthy leads the way for F&M, 14 points and 8 rebounds. Gettysburg 58, Franklin and Marshall 41. Also tonight, with 8:44 left in the first half, it is Swarthmore leading Washington College by a score of 19-10. Katie Lytle with 6 points for the Garnet. Emily Hubley and Carly Kendall with 4 points each for the Shore women. Halfway through the first half, Swarthmore leads Washington College by a score of 19-10. This is the way your women's standings look at this point in time. Johns Hopkins and Haverford in a virtual tie for the top spot, or Haverford percentage points in the lead, 9-1. Johns Hopkins 10-2. McDaniel with a big win at home moves to 8-3 overall. Muhlenberg 7-4. Gettysburg 7-5. These 5 teams are shaping up as the 5 playoff teams as the conference schedule heads into February. Let's take a look at some men's actions from earlier today. In Chestertown, Washington College overcame a 15-point deficit to knock off Swarthmore by a score of 73-68. Pat Morgan with 19 points for the Shoremen, 16 points for Tony Hawkins. Sam Liebrick had 15 points for Swarthmore. Swarthmore falls to 2-9 in the conference, 5-13 overall. Washington 5-13. 4-7 in the conference. The Shoremen get a big win over the Garnet, 73-68. With a little less than 10 minutes to go in the second half, Dickinson has a 51-50 lead over Muhlenberg. Tucker Landy leading the way for the first place Red Devils with 15 points. The Red and White with a 1-game lead in the conference standings over Franklin and Marshall and McDaniel. Muhlenberg, 6-4 in the conference, has 17 points from Malik Killing and 12 points from Kevin Hargrove. A little under 10 minutes to go. Dickinson leads Muhlenberg by a score of 51-50. Of course, the game you're watching, Gettysburg with a 19-18 lead over Franklin and Marshall. Sango Omolo with 7, Sean Gordon with 5 points for the Bullets. John Salandra leads the Diplomats with 7 points and 8 rebounds. Franklin and Marshall trails Gettysburg at the battlefield by a score of 19-18. Here's your up-to-the-minute standings on the men's side. As we said, Dickinson with a 1-game lead over McDaniel and Franklin and Marshall. Johns Hopkins, 2 games off the pace. Muhlenberg at 6-4, and Gettysburg still in the playoff hunt at 6-5. Looks like the Hopkins-McDaniel game is about to go to half. Hopkins with a 29-24 lead on the Green Terror. Connor McIntyre, 6 points for the Blue Jays, 5 points each for Gene Williams and Jimmy Hammer. McDaniels, Cameron Royster leads the way with 7 points. Critical game in Westminster, Johns Hopkins with a 29-24 lead over McDaniel. We're going to take a quick look around the other scores. Muhlenberg now has taken a 62-61 lead on Dickinson. If you want to catch the end of that one, turn over to centennialconference.tv right now, and you can catch the end of that contest. Also, Ursinus has a 40-30 lead over Haverford at the break. Trevor Norton with 10 points, 4 for 4 from the field for the Bears. Brett Cohen, 11 points, 3 rebounds for the Bears. Ursinus with a 40-30 lead over Haverford at the half. Once again, you're watching At the Half on the Centennial Conference website. Glad to have you with us. We'll catch up very quickly again on everything that's gone on earlier tonight. We're going to do this quickly. Here we go. Johns Hopkins women fell to McDaniel by a score of 70-41. Haverford moved into a percentage point lead in the standings with a 70-50 victory over Ursinus. Jackie Pizzuto, 16 for the Fords, who improved to 9-1. Gettysburg defeats Franklin Marshall by a score of 58-41. Caroline Murphy leads the way with 21 points. 8:44 left in the first half. Swarthmore leads Washington by a score of 19-10. Actually, let's get an update on that. 2 minutes to go. First half. SWAT leads the Shore women by a score of 32-21. Ella Larson, 11 points for the Garnet. Carly Kendall leads the Shore women with 6. 2 minutes to go at the Kane Center. Swarthmore leads Washington College by a score of 32-31. On the men's side, a final. Washington College defeats Swarthmore by a score of 73-68. Pat Morgan leads the way for the Shoremen with 19. Sam Liebrick leads the Garnet with 15. The game you are watching. Gettysburg leads Franklin Marshall by a score of 19-18 at the break. Sango Omoa leads the Bullets with 7. John Slander, 7 points, 8 rebounds for the Diplomats. Thank you for watching Centennial Conference at the Half. We hope you are enjoying your game, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Centennial Conference at the Half. I'm Steve Ulrich. I hope you're enjoying your broadcast of the Johns Hopkins McDaniel game. Johns Hopkins with a 29-24 lead on the Blue Jays. On the Green Terror. At the break, Connor McIntyre leads a balanced Blue Jay scoring with 6 points. Cameron Royster leads the way for the Green Terror with 7. Dwayne Eccles with 6 in this important game in the Centennial Conference tonight. Also want to draw your attention to the game in Carlisle. Dickinson leads Muhlenberg by a score of 65-64 with 3:39 to go in the contest. Malik Killing has come alive for the Mules. He's got 26, 11 at 18 from the field. Alex Davetsky with 15. Tucker Landy and Adam Honig lead the way for the Red Devils. Honig with 16 and Landy with 15. 3:39 to go in the second half. Dickinson by 1 over Muhlenberg, 65-64. Love to have you stay with us, but if you choose to, go to centennialconference.tv. You can catch the last 3 minutes of that contest. Let's quickly recap the men's games from today. Washington College knocks off Swarthmore by a score of 73-68. The Shoremen improving to 4-7 in the conference. Pat Morgan 19 to lead the way for the Shoremen. Gettysburg leads Franklin Marshall by a score of 19-18. Sangomolo 7 points. Sean Gordon 5 for the Bullets, who are looking to go above 500 in the conference. Franklin and Marshall a game behind Dickinson in the race for first place in the conference. Diplomats need a win to keep pace with the first place Red Devils. As we mentioned, the game you're watching, Johns Hopkins leads McDaniel by a score of 29-24. Connor McIntyre leads a balanced Blue Jay attack with 6. Hopkins 2 games off the front-running pace set by Dickinson. McDaniel a game back in second place. You can catch the second half of that action coming up shortly. McDanielAthletics.com/live video. Quick recap of the women's games, and then we'll get you back to all the action. Men's side, McDaniel knocks off Johns Hopkins by a score of 70-41. Steph Perez 24 points for the Green Terror. Haverford improves to 15-1 with a 70-50 victory over Ursinus. Gettysburg knocks off Franklin and Marshall 58-41, 21 points from Caroline Murphy. Midway through the first half, Swarthmore held a 19-10 lead over Washington College. That game has now gone to break. Swarthmore 32, Washington College 26. Elle Larson leading the way for the Garnet with 11 points. Swarthmore 40% shooting from the floor. Carly Kendall leads the Shore Women with 8. Washington shooting 34.5% from the floor. At the break, Swarthmore leads Washington College by a score of 32-26. Once again, thanks for joining us on Centennial Conference at the Half. You can go back to your broadcast and follow the links on our webpage, centennialconference.tv. Thanks for joining us tonight, and enjoy the rest of your evening.